Yo, what is up, Crockxen clan members, Pokemon fans, and others who are on this video. I'm SoresanCrockxen, and like I said, Pokemon is doing their hype gearing up machine. You know, they're gonna be throwing out news at us all the time now, as we get closer and closer to that release date. And today is no different. This trailer has me all sorts of fucked up. Now, before we get started with the website information, as we normally do in these videos, I do want to talk a little bit about what was shown off in the trailer and then my point of view before I read anything else and before I have full knowledge of what the hell they're talking about. In this trailer, they talked about what I assume are the 3 paths they were talking about in the last big trailer reveal that they showed. Not the one at Worlds, the one before that. They were like, oh, there's 3 branching paths that you can go to. I think that's what they were showing off here, and one of them looks very subpar unless they do it as a way of like you can build a base that can get attacked by other people or other players or whatever. Because if it's like, I'm talking about like the troubled kids or the school ruffians, you know, storyline or whatever the fuck they want to do. That one worries me because if it's just, oh, they have a base and then you gotta fight a couple trainers until you get to like the fucking leader chick and then that's it, that just seems very generic and I don't think that's gonna last very long. I think that's probably gonna be the weakest storyline. But if they make it to where you can become the head of the group or whatever and then you get challenged by other trainers or other people in the region or even other players, then maybe I could see something interesting with that. But if it's just that small section, I don't know how fleshed out that can be. The other one, which is the one where you're looking for herbs or some shit with the older student guy, I don't know their names yet. It's gonna take me a while to learn all these things. But that one, it's kind of reminding me of like the alpha Pokemon in Arceus mixed in with stuff from the Crown Tundra. So that one could be interesting because if it's like a fetch quest type of thing where like you have to go to specific places or you gotta go through specific ruins or dungeons or where the fuck, as in like a fetch quest like they did in the Crown Tundra, and then they mix it in with the fact that you have to face a giant ass alpha Pokemon like they did with Arceus, then that one seems interesting to me. But again, it all depends on how they incorporate it and how fleshed out they can make it. Like how many of these missions are they gonna be? Like, is it gonna be expansive to where you literally have to go all around the fucking region in order to discover these things that this guy is looking for? The one thing that concerns me though is that the one that they showed, which is one of the new Pokemons we're gonna talk about, that I already found it on the website, and we're gonna talk about it. It's that crab-looking thing. It's fucking huge, but the dude went for Rock Smash in the fucking trailer. So like, how strong are these things gonna be? Because he had a fucking Sprigatito, or not a Sprigatito. I don't remember what the fuck the trainer was using in the trailer, but it's one of the starters. So, and they didn't show level or anything. They just saw the fucking thing go for Rock Smash and didn't do shit. So like, how strong are these things gonna be? Are they gonna be difficult? Because the Legend Arceus fucking alpha Pokemon, that shit was hard, man. Like I died. Well, actually, I didn't die to. I died a couple to the bosses, but not to like the actual alpha Pokemon. But those things are fucking dangerous and they're fucking strong. So like, I want either make it like a progressive thing to where like the further along you go in the mission to find whatever the thing he's looking for is, the stronger these things get, or like it depends on which particular area you're in will dictate how strong these things are. That's what I want, because I want this one to be like the most difficult. Now the other one was the gym challenge, which looks interesting on paper, but I'm worried they're gonna do what happened with Sword and Shield, which again, to reiterate, I really enjoyed Sword and Shield. Unlike a lot of other people, I really like those games. But one of the problems with the gym challenge in that game is that the first couple of challenges were really interesting and unique. And they had a lot of like puzzle mechanics and a bunch of things you needed to do outside of like the main stuff. and then progressively got smaller or more, or either repeated again, or like Raihan's gym, which even though I like Raihan as a character, his gym was like have a double battle and then face me. Like what? Like after all the stuff that happened in the beginning of the game, you give me this shit. You know, like, so I'm worried that that's kind of like what they're going for. Like that's gonna be like these really interesting gimmicks for like specific gyms, and the other ones are just trash. So like for this trailer, they showed where you have to find some flora in like a field, like, and there's a bunch of them. You gotta collect them all and then bring them somewhere. That seems cool, but are they gonna do that with every single gym leader, right? Where each one has their own like gimmick, where you have to do either a quest or you have to find some like Pokemon, or you have to bring something somewhere. Like, are they gonna be varied? Do you have to like face off a gauntlet or something? Like, are they gonna be unique, or is it just gonna be like one or two of the gyms? Because like the fucking ice gym from the other trailer, all we saw was a battle against him. This one, we see, hey, before you face the gym leader, you have to do this quest. I don't know. Like, I'm really worried that it's going to be, like, limited to which gym leaders have this type of gimmick, and which ones are just, oh, just face me and that's it. Like, I'm really worried about that. But overall, aside from that, the game looks cool. We saw a bunch of Pokemon that are returning. I might post a picture of, like, what the big blow up that they did like near the end of the trailer that shows every single Pokemon that's in there. I'm gonna post a screenshot right here. And then so we see a lot of confirmation for mons that are coming in, and at the end of the trailer where they show you or your player character with like a Salamence and a Jumpluff and a fucking Cyclizar and Talonflame and fuck, I don't remember what the other ones were, but just a couple of old school mons. And then so it looks cool. I'm really interested to see the other Pokemon that come up, but I'm really more focused on the new ones that are going to be releasing. So now we're going to head to all the website information, and we'll go from there. Alright, so now we're here with the information on the website. We're going to start talking about one of the new features that are going to be in the game. Then we're going to talk about how they divided the 3 storylines and all that stuff, and then finally we're going to talk about the new Pokemon that were shown off in the trailer. Alright, so right here, let's go. A handy feature for exploring the Paldea region. Tell your Pokemon to go adventure. You have one Pokemon out and walking with you in the Paldea region straight outdoors. When you have a Pokemon exploring with you on the field, you can use the Let's Go feature to send that Pokemon off in the direction you indicate. The Pokemon you send out then independently picks some items in the area, and he even has auto battles with nearby Pokemon. What are auto battles? Auto battles are a new way of battling that can be activated by using the Let's Go feature. Doing so will send out a Pokemon to battle wild Pokemon without needing orders from its trainer. Your Pokemon can be sent into an auto battle against any wild Pokemon you see on the field, and you can even find Pokemon to engage the auto battles on its own. When your Pokemon is out and engaging the auto battles, you can do what you want. Stay by its side to watch it over, or try looking for items nearby. By defeating wild Pokemon in auto battles, your Pokemon can also earn items and experience points. Master using this feature to explore any nook and cranny of the vast Paldea region with your Pokemon. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this feature and the potential upside plus some concerns regarding the feature. Now, it obviously means you can only have one mon out at a time. So this has been standard in pretty much every game where we have quote-unquote follower Pokemons. All the way back in Gen 2 and the remakes and all that stuff, and even up to the most recent Legends Arceus game, which they don't even follow you, but you can just send them out onto the wild and they just stand there. This the great feature, or the great possibility about this feature, is the fact that your Pokemon can be doing its own grinding while you're looking for something, while you're trying to complete a task, while you're trying to find an item, or you're trying to fetch something. Basically, it's making it to where you're auto grinding, so you don't have to have that stress on top of you. I know a lot of people don't like grinding in Pokemon games and all that stuff, so this is one of the perks of it. However, I feel like you're losing out control on what's happening. Now, I personally love grinding in RPGs, Pokemon included, and every Pokemon game I played, I've always took out, a certain chunk of time just to grind. It's a fun experience. I love the concept of grinding in RPGs. It's just a fun concept to me. I know that's not for everybody. I do it in every single RPG game I play, no matter what it is. I always try to find a way to grind because
For me, it feels like I achieve a goal when my characters, or in this case my Pokemon, level up and gain experience and all that stuff. So I like that concept. So I feel like you're missing that control by doing this. So my concern and my worry is, because the Pokemon's doing whatever it wants, right, while you're doing your tasks or whatever, what's going to happen if your Pokemon faints, for example? Let's say you accidentally stumble upon an area where the Pokemon there are maybe higher level than your current ranking, or whatever your current level set is at. Because again, we don't know how the level scaling in this game is going to be. They haven't really given us a good idea of that. Like in Arceus, the Pokemon levels were all over the place. In fact, the alpha Pokemon were super significantly higher level than everything else, but you could see that only when you were close to them to engage with them and all that stuff. Whereas here, the Pokemon's doing whatever it wants, so you're not guaranteed to be fighting a Pokemon that maybe is at the same level as your partner is. So what's going to happen if your Pokemon loses the match, right? Does it automatically come back to you like injured, and then you gotta take it to a Pokemon Center or give it a revive or whatever? Like, how does that work? Or if your Pokemon faints, you have to actually go out and look for it. Be like, hey, my Pokemon hasn't come back in this entire time. What the heck happened? Or if at a certain point you turn off the Let's Go feature, then the Pokemon automatically pops up next to you again or whatever. But it fainted for whatever reason. So that's one of the things I'm really concerned about this particular feature. Like I said, it's good for those that don't like the aspect of grinding and are able to use the advantage of, hey, I can go do whatever I want while my Pokemon's out there, collecting items or battling and training and grinding itself, right? So that's my big concern. The feature, it sounds good, right? I do think it's a good idea to have. I just am worried about the execution for my specific scenarios of, should your Pokemon faint, what happens, and all that stuff. Your own story woven through your treasure hunt. Now we're going to talk about the 3 storylines that we were given in the trailer that we've been told this entire time. Hey, there's 3 stories that you can participate in through your adventure in Scarlet and Violet. So we're going to read everything that's shown off here, and we can go from there. So the school that you enrolled in hosts a special independent study project. The theme of this assignment is a treasure hunt. Explore the world and seek out your very own treasure. 3 stories will be woven into your adventures. We'll traverse into the sprawling Paldea region along Victory Road. We will go to the gyms in different locations in order to achieve champion rank. On the Path of Legends, you can learn Arvin in search of rare ingredients. And in Starfall Street, you'll challenge Team Star, a group of delinquent causing trouble for the school. Now, I think I saw a video from Shofu saying this is the villain team. I don't really think this is the villain team. I don't really think there's going to be a villain team per se. I think just the nature of the region, there's gonna be obstacles in it depending on which storyline you go for. I do not expect that Team Star is actually the villain team. I think we're done with villain teams from what I can tell, especially Sword and Shield gave us this idea. Like, even back in Sun and Moon, Team Skull wasn't really a villain team. They just existed, and there were a bunch of Gruffians in the land of Alola, and then the real villain was Team Aether, and it wasn't even a team, it was just a foundation. I think it changed a little bit in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Like I said, I'm still playing through my copy of Ultra Moon. I restarted it because I never got anywhere in there, so I don't know what the differences are, but I know that the Necrozma is supposed to be the villain of that game. So I really think that Game Freak has been moving away from the concept of a villain team, so I don't really think that Team Star is the villains of this game. Granted, I don't know. Maybe they do something that intertwines in the other stories. We'll figure it out. So these stories are set in an open world, so where you can go, it's all up to you. A world teeming with Pokemon people to meet and is waiting for you. Traverse the Paldea region wherever your heart desires. So Victory Road, your path to champion rank. So I love this graphic, by the way. It's the Titan looking cool. Then we had our gym leader from the other trailer, and then our rival Nomura. So I like this graphic art, by the way. There are 8 Pokemon gyms in different locations throughout Paldea, all managed by the Pokemon League. If a trainer makes their way to the gyms, defeat all gym leaders, and then passes the champion assessment at the Pokemon League headquarters, they can earn the coveted champion rank. After accepting Nomura's suggestion to become a champion rank trainer, you too will be able to visit the 8 gyms scattered across the region. Okay, the first trial of the gym test. At the Pokemon gym, you must first pass the gym test before you're allowed to challenge gym leaders. The contents of the gym tests are unique to each gym, but through them, you might come to learn more about the customs and unique features of each city and town, as well as what kind of people do Now this I like, because this is what I was worried about. And if you remember earlier in the video, I was talking about how are these gyms going to be distinguished, because they only showed us this feature here where you have to hunt the Sunflora. So I'm really glad that each gym has its own like gimmick that you have to accomplish before you face a gym leader. I really look forward to that. I hope that they're all expansive, right? They're not copy paste one from each other, and that they're unique to the setting where it's taking place. So I really hope that each gym is actually fleshed out properly, and we're able to see a better side to gym leaders. Maybe they actually interact with you before you head into the gym, or maybe they give you guidance while you're attempting the gym test. So I'm really looking forward to this kind of idea when it happens. So Mesquita, the chairwoman of the Pokemon League. So let's look at Mesquita here. Is a chairwoman of the Pokemon League, which operates Paldea's Pokemon gyms. Among the region's champions, she reigns supreme as the most skilled trainer of all. Though mild-mannered, Gina still has a commanding presence, and is said that anyone who calls himself a Pokemon trainer looks up to her. It appears that she's looking for exceptional young talent capable of conquering the Pokemon League. So this is our I guess, true champion, I guess, if you want to look at it. Like, she's like the Lance, the Cynthia, the Steven, like, of the region. Like, that's the kind of aura she emits. So I'm really, it's been a while now. Well, Gen 6 was the last time we had a female champion, so it wasn't really that long ago. It was like 3 games ago. So, but then again, she's only the 3rd female champion. No, 4th, because Iris. So I mean, it's cool. It's fine. She looks good. I'm really looking forward to finding out more about her. Granted, I don't know if we're gonna have to face her at some point. I really hope we do, and then we become the ultimate champion. That's my intention. That's what I want. Then we have our one of the gym leaders, Bracius, the gym leader of the Artisan Gym, a town that's alive with flowers and art. He specializes in using grass type Pokemon and is known as the Virtuoso. Gym leader Bracius treats Pokemon battles as works of art, always in search of artistic quality, using his gym test to help judge a trainer's aesthetic sensibilities. His piece de resistance, Sundering Sunflora, is a statue installation depicting the adorable Sunflora with somber expressions. Just what they Sunflora are surrendering to is a topic of debate among connoisseurs. All I know is this man looks like a fucking sadist. I did not expect Pokemon and Game Freak to ever release a goddamn sadist in a fucking Pokemon game. This man has a whip. Now they're talking about Sunflora surrendering. Like, there's sadistic tendencies. The dude looks like a sadist. That face tells me he's a sadist, and I want no part of his shenanigans. I'm just gonna come in and blow him away with my duck, and we'll go from there. Yeah, sure. We're moving on. The search for Herba Mystica on the Path of Legends. So, Arvin's research into healthy recipes for Pokemon has led him to seek out rare ingredients called Herba Mystica, which are said to immediately restore health once eaten. Herba Mystica are extremely rare herbs that can only be found in Paldea. They are guarded by Titan Pokemon, which are bigger and stronger than ordinary Pokemon, making these rare herbs even more difficult to obtain. What's more, a number of these Titan Pokemon have already been sighted in the region. Since Arvin isn't good at Pokemon battles, he'll be asking you to help him out, and will even offer to treat you some of his handmade dishes if you succeed in obtaining these rare herbs. Drive back tough opponents and gather Herba Mystica together with art. So this is the one feature that I have, that's the one I was talking about that I really hope that gets fleshed out good and is expansive enough. Granted, I don't know how widespread it's going to be. I don't know how many Titans we're going to face. And I don't know the mechanic, because over here it's showing it has a huge ass health bar, right? So I'm wondering if that means that it's a boss mod and you have to battle it with more than one of your Pokemon or something like that. So typical, like, kind of like Legends Arceus. But what I'm hoping is that they do go the Legends Arceus route, where you the character have to do something to the what in this case is the alpha version of what was happening in Arceus, in order to decrease its HP, or maybe make it a little bit more docile so that your Pokemon can attack. That's one of the things I'm really looking forward to. I hope that's the kind of mindset they go with, because I really want them to use the gameplay of Arceus in some way, because those games were freaking amazing, and or that game was fucking amazing, and I really hope that they use more of it in this game. But I'm really looking forward to this particular plotline, because the possibilities for it are a lot bigger than the other ones, if you know what I mean. And then last but not least, face off against the school, Starmaker, and Starfall Street. Now this, I didn't catch this, but I've been noticing a lot of people talking about it around like Twitter and on YouTube. That fucking thing is a Pokemon. That engine is a Pokemon. A lot of people have been pointing that out, how while you're in this area, this giant vehicle is powered by a Pokemon. So it's obviously a ghost type because it looks like a fucking ghost type. So I'm assuming like Ghost Steel or Ghost. Oh no, I don't think it would be electric because an engine isn't really electricity. That's more like gas. So like maybe like a Ghost Poison, Ghost Steel, that kind of mindset is what I'm looking at. And obviously no information about it, but it looks cool. I don't know if anybody else watching this video noticed it, but it's right there. You can see it clearly in your noggins. It's right there, right in your eyeballs. It's staring us down. Looks cool. I want more information on it. Hopefully we get more on that later down the line. So Team Star was formed by the school's most rebellious students and made up of several squads. Each squad is led by its own boss, each with their own base scattered across the Valdea region. These class-cutting delinquents cause falls around them, giving the academy students and teachers a hard time by disturbing the peace and using push-in recruitment tactics. March up to the bases to face off against the troublemaking Team Star. So, make your way to Team Star bases to take down their bosses. When you go to take on each squad's base, Team Star management will send out relentless barrage of Pokemon to get in your way. By defeating enough of the grunts Pokemon within a given time limit, you'll be able to challenge the boss to a battle. Engage in auto battles, a convenience feature that's new to these titles, to overcome the unending barrage of Team Star's grunts and their Pokemon. No, the uniforms were. That is fine. Whatever. But this part right here. Now this is interesting because in this storyline, from what I'm looking at here, you can have more than one Mon out because he's using a Makuhita and an Oricorio. So that's two Mon. So does that mean you can send out more than one Mon in these particular areas? And how is that gonna work? Like, can you take one Mon and face off certain Pokemon by yourself with your one team member, and then the rest of your party can be out and about fighting everybody else? Also, how does this time limit work? Like, how many Mons do they tell you how many Mons you need to defeat before the time limit is up, or how does that go? So I'm still iffy on this concept because yes, they said that there's more than one base, but the question is how many bases and how many of these battles do we have to do? I feel like this is one of those features that's going to be very tiring after a certain point. I don't think it's going to be overused very well. But granted, who knows? I mean, you're going all over the region. Maybe that it's like a refresher. You've been doing all this other stuff. And you're like, oh, why not do like a raid into one of these bosses and go from there? Like, I guess that's the main way I would use it personally. But to each their own, right? So let's see what the last thing says. Take on the bosses riding the Starmobiles. Once you overcome the wave of Team Star Grunt, their boss will appear in a custom car called the Starmobile. It seems that during your Pokemon battles with the bosses, the Starmobile itself will get in your way. Take down each class of boss by defeating their party Pokemon and their Starmobile. So that's the fucking Pokemon. I don't think we can see it in this picture, but if it gets in the way, that's gonna be fucking annoying, but we'll see. Melo, boss of the Shedder Squad, aka Team Star's Fire Crew. Melo is the boss of Team Star's Fire Crew, the Shader Squad. As the team's best all-arounder, Melo fixes any and every problem thrown her way. Though her methods are heavy-handed, she leaves a forceful and gruff impression, but her certified devotion, completing anything she puts her mind, has earned her the trust of her teammates. So she's like one of the bosses, I guess, or maybe she's like the main boss. Also, those fucking orbs look like the fucking Blacephalon heads. So like, are the UBs, are the Ultra Beasts in this game? That's gonna be a little weird. How is that gonna work? All that stuff. So interesting. But she looks cool. I mean, it says that they're different depending on the version. So I'm assuming that this is how she looks in Scarlet, and then maybe when you play Violet, she has a different outfit. Or I don't know, maybe just because her design is so unique, maybe this is just how she looks regardless of which game you play, and only the grunts have a different uniform depending on which game you have. But either way, I'm really looking forward to at least finding out how this mechanic is going to play out. But like I said, it's going to be like, at least from my point of view, my least played one. Maybe it's going to be one of those things where depending on how many things I've done throughout the game, this is like a breath of fresh air, you know? Alright, so let's talk about these new mons that were released in the trailer. So we have Cloth, a Pokemon with powerful claws. It's the Ambush Pokemon. It's a rock type, and it has the abilities Anger Shell and Shell Armor. Now, I think they talk about Shell Armor further down below, and we're going to talk about it when we get to that. So, spinning eyes that leave no blind spot. Cloth can rotate its protruding eyeballs to see everything around it, eliminating all blind spots. It latches upside down on the cliff so ambush is sprayed from above. However, Cloth eventually gets dizzy from the blood rushing to its head, so it can't stay upside down too long. Claws that are both strong and dexterous. Cloth's claws can hold onto things very tightly, not letting prey go once the weapon is grabbed. It uses one claw to hold its opponent in place while using the other to break its guard and hit it where it hurts. Even if Cloth loses a claw in battle or elsewhere, it will grow back after a while. In certain parts of the Paldea region, claws are considered a valuable cooking ingredient. Does that mean we can cook? Can we do crafting for food? No, I don't think they're ever gonna do something like that unless they do like berries or shit like that. Anyway, so here it is. Ability Anger Shell. Now, Cloth's Anger Shell ability is making its first appearance in the Pokemon series. When Cloth's HP drops to half or less, the Pokemon gets angry. This lowers its defense, special defense, but boosts its attack, special attack, and speed. So, I saw Shofu was talking about this in his video, and he mentioned that this Pokemon's stats are probably not going to be good because the ability is amazing, according to him. I actually think the opposite. I don't. This ability is a little weird because think of it this way: it's a rock type, fine, so it doesn't get hurt by Sense or whatever. But depending on items, this thing is gonna take hazard damage because hazards are still everywhere in every game. Even with heavy duty boots, you still run hazards because not every mon has heavy duty boots. So then you got hazards and passive damage. In his case, it's a rock type. Sandstorm isn't a big deal, so if you have a Sandstorm team, it's not gonna do much, and it's only get affected by hail. But like toxics and burns and stuff like that. So you have all these factors in there, right? And this ability only activates when you are below half HP or less, right? So let's make this assumption. You switch in. Perfect. You depending on how many hazards are on the field. You take hazard damage. Maybe you get status in some way, burn or toxic or whatever the fuck. You're already taking huge chunks of damage and you haven't done anything to your opponent, right? So the only potential possibility you have is if it's a sub, you just run substitute on it until you get this low amount of HP. But what are the chances that you're gonna live whatever hit comes at you before, right? Because depending on your speed stat, right, maybe it'll work, but if you're slow or not relatively fast, like let's say maybe you're not like around the base 90 speed or 80-ish, 85, you're not outspeeding a lot of the most offensive mons, which means even if you tried the substitute stuff, maybe it's not gonna work to get you down this thing. Plus the fact there's a lot of multi-hit moves in the game. You have think of triple axle or skill shot or bullet seed from Breloom that they showed off, and just priority in general. So I don't know if this is because the difference. He was talking about shell smash and all that shit. I don't even care about that aspect. The fact is that you have to be at half HP for this ability to trigger, and that's already a huge risk. Which means I don't really think it's gonna help it in the long run because it's just too risky of an ability to risk activating. That's my own personal take. I think it's still gonna be relatively strong as a Pokemon physically, and it's gonna have probably some decent defensive stats. But I don't feel like half HP is a good trade-off for just +1 on your offenses and speed. Alright, so let's talk about Armour Road. You'll be able to encounter Armour Road in Pokemon Scarlet. So this is one of the two new weird humanoid Pokemon that were released. There are two counterparts. Armour Road is the one in Pokemon Scarlet. So it is the Fire Ward Pokemon. It's Fire Psychic and it has the ability Flash Fire. So decent ability. It's basically what Heatran has, so this is very good for a Pokemon like this particular, because its fire type moves will be able to increase in damage output. So let's see, its armor is a source of its psychic power. Armour Road's set of armor belongs to a distinguished warrior and is a source of energy used for psychic type moves. It's also used for psychic. It also uses the psychic capabilities of its armor to control the fire energy within its body and relates its attacks. It lives with the principle of a fair fight. Armour Road believes in a fair fight and will challenge an opponent head on no matter how much stronger that opponent is. It specializes in using sturdy armor to bolster its defenses to take down enemies with high firepower. A move Armour Road can learn Armor Cannon. Armor Cannon is a fire type special move in which Armour Road both its pauldrons to its hands and puts its arms together to form a cannon, allowed to shoot armor out of blazing projectiles. This is one or more powerful moves that Armour Road can learn, but it lowers Armour Road's defense special defense stats in exchange for that power. So this is, I think, as Shofu was mentioning, this is the possibly equivalent of close combat, but as a fire special move. So this is going to be pretty cool. I wonder how that's going to play out in terms of the game, the base power. I'm assuming with this type of drawback, it has to be around like the base 110, 115. So it's definitely a strong move. But it's talking about defenses up here. So I'm wondering if this is going to be like he has, or it, because we don't know, has gender. So if it has like high special attack and high defense stats, because it doesn't look, I mean, it can also be generally fast from the look of it. So I can potentially seeing it have like a decent defensive stat, maybe like around base 90, 95, and then like a really high special attack stat like base 120, 130, around that range, and then maybe like base 105 speed or something like that. So, but it looks cool, and the move itself, I'm really hoping it's like a very strong move. Granted, I'm not going to be using this thing unless I play with somebody that has Pokemon Scarlet, because I'm getting Violet, right? So, but overall, it looks dope. Not gonna lie. All right, so let's look at its counterpart in Pokemon Violet, Ceruledge. You will be able to encounter Ceruledge in Pokemon Violet. This is the Fire Blades Pokemon. It's also Fire Ghost, and it has the ability to flash fire. So this is, I'm assuming, the physical version of, Armour Road. So let's see what this guy says. Its flaming great swords absorb light energy. Ceruledge dons an old set of armor steeped in grudges and wield blades made of fire and ghost energy. In battle, these blades transform into great swords to increase Ceruledge's power. Cut from these great swords leave wounds from which life energy will flow. Willing to do anything to it. Ceruledge's close quarter combat isn't above using tactics such as sneak attacks and surprise attacks when in battle. It uses quick movements to capitalize on its opponent's blind spots, then closes the distance to slash opponents with large blades. And its own signature move, Bitter Blade. Bitter Blade is a fire-type physical move that gathers the lingering regrets of the falling to Ceruledge's swords, allowing it to focus that bitterness into a slashing attack. The sword then absorbs life energy from wounds they made, and the user's HP is restored by up to half the damage taken by the target. So this is literally a fire-type leech life. And what do I mean by that? I'm assuming, what's leech life's new base power? I think it's 75? Or is it 80? I forget what they boosted it to in Gen 7. I'm positive it's like base 80. So but this is a signature move, so maybe I could see it be like base 95-ish. It might hit the base 100. I'm not totally sure, but since it's the drain move, I don't know, because Giga Drain is base 75, right? If I remember correctly. But this is basically a physical, well, not physical, because Leech Life is physical, but a fire type draining move. And it's talking about speed, so I'm assuming this guy, as opposed to Armour Road, is definitely going to be the faster of the two, and it's going to have lower defenses but higher offenses. So I'm assuming like very high attack stat, very high speed, and then probably everything else is like averages. So, but this dude looks like, or this thing looks like it's gonna be a badass. The armor reminds me of like Gardevoir / Glade, so that's cool and all. I really like this design. I really love the way this thing looks, and I can't wait to try it out in the games. And like I said, it's a physical. I think it's the first physical of all the ghost fire types. I think, wait, Chandler? No, Chandler's not the only one. I know there's other fire ghost types out there, but I can't think of them right now besides Shandy. Blacephalon. Duh. But those are all special attacks. I think this is the first like physical ghost type Pokemon, ghost fire type Pokemon we had, and the ability Flash Fire. Again, Chandelure has it as well, so it's not like wow, not fun. But this is a fast physical ghost fire type, so I'm really looking forward to how this guy's gonna play out in the games, and I can't wait to use it on my team.
And that's it for the video. I'm sorry it was a little long. I'm gonna try to shorten it a little bit, cut out some bad edits in there, here and there, to try to shorten it a little bit more. But I'm gonna try my best. Okay, I'm gonna try my best. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What you guys think about this new news, the new mons that they showed off. How are you feeling about the 3 storylines that they're trying to throw at us? Which one is your favorite? Granted, the gym challenge is going to be the same as always. Technically speaking, the test before the gym battles can potentially be interesting depending on how they go about it. For me personally right now, the thing I'm looking forward to the most is the herb searching storyline, because you have the ability to actually explore the entire region. So that one's really looking forward to it. And the fact that they have these Titan Pokemon, literally one of the things I'm really looking forward to. So hopefully that's good. The other storyline with the delinquents, I'm still a little mad with, but I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. The tetralizing video, or now a stream, I did talk about it in the community tab, is going to be set up for next Friday, which I believe which will be the 16th of September. I'm going to be hopefully having the guys there, and gals if there's any of them that want to join on the Discord. Link in the description if you guys want to participate and join the Discord server. We're always looking forward to seeing all the fans there, joining up and being part of the discussion. There's things for everything. I'm going to make a video about it later so that people will be able to be incentivized to join via an actual video announcing it and all that stuff. So that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been SoresanCrockxen, and I will see you guys in future videos.